I'm Kathy Thomas, and I'm at Sur La Table in Newport Beach. With me is Zov Karamardian, and Zov is an executive chef, restaurateur, cookbook author, Zov's Bistro and Bakery, Zov's Cafes. Zov is a culinary dynamo. And Zov has been invited to the Complete the Dish Challenge. And she's come up with a great dish to pair with an oh-so-healthful pasta that ran in the newspaper that was created by nutritionist Cheryl Forberg. Okay, Zov, tell us about your wonderful dessert.
Well, today we're going to be making an apple strudel type thing, which is just crumble the phyllo dough, put it on top of the apple, and the apples are sauteed basically with a little bit of sugar and cinnamon until it's al dente. Really, it's really so easy. You can do that in your sleep.
And it's easy, and it really stars the fruit, doesn't it?
The fruit is the star.
And you like to use Granny Smith apples?
I do like to use.
Why do you like Granny Smith?
Because it keeps its shape really well.
Right.
It has a tartness to it. When you add the sugar to it, it really balances together. So what we're going to be doing here is adding the cinnamon.
And you really like cinnamon.
I love cinnamon, and cinnamon is really good for you.
Right.
It has so many medicinal properties. And this is about a cup of sugar. It seems like it's a lot, but what happens is the sugar gets watered down,
right,
and then you caramelize it.
Right.
But you see, it sounds like there's a lot of sugar in here. But you know what? As I always say, Julia's child taught me a big lesson. Eat everything the correct way. In moderation.
In moderation. So we're going to make this into 10, 12 servings.
You actually can. So you mix this really well in the bowl.
Right.
And then you just add your butter. There's 4 ounces of butter here.
Okay, so that's going to go into the skillet. So sizzling butter here.
We have to have the butter sizzling in order to get that apples really caramelized. Because if the skillet is not warm enough, it's going to steam the apples. We don't want to steam the apples. We want to saute the apples.
And how soft do we want the apples to be?
You want to be able to bite into it. You don't want it really mushy and soft, because then that becomes almost like an apple pie. You don't want an apple pie.
So you want it tender crisp?
Tender crisp is a good way of putting it. The cinnamon is also a key here, because there is quite a bit of cinnamon. And you know what? Cinnamon really speeds your metabolism.
I hope so.
It really does.
I hope so.
Yes. I mean, this is really a very simple dish to make. Anybody could make this very easily. Pretty soon what I'm going to do is as soon as the apples are cooked, I'm going to drain it in a colander. It's because when the apple sits, it's going to exude more liquid from the apple.
Right.
So when I drain it into the colander, all the juices will come out, and then I will take that liquid and reduce it into the pan.
Yeah.
The same.
You don't want it to be watery.
You don't want it to be watery. You want it to be a little caramelized. And I think that's the key to this dish, is that reduction of the juices. Of the apple juices. Exactly.
And yet you're condensing the flavors rather than dispersing.
Diluting it.
So that you really get the nice flavor of the apples and the cinnamon.
And the cinnamon.
And it smells so delicious.
So now you stir this all the way around until every apple is coated with the caramel sauce. So we pour the apples into the dish.
And those juices are just oozing towards the
out.
edges.
That's right.
Right. So you're going to just grab a sheet of phyllo.
I mean, it's like so simple. You crumble it on. We're just covering the apples is what we're really doing. That's it.
But you're just kind of twisting it, and crinkling it on top, aren't you? And that's all there is to it.
That's all you do. Then you take a little melted butter, about 2 tablespoons of. You just sort of drizzle this around it. It's really easy. Then you will take some cinnamon and sugar again. Cinnamon and sugar. You will basically sprinkle this on top of the.
You like to use your hands.
Yeah, I have to use my hands.
Yeah.
My best tool.
Otherwise, you might get too much someplace.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I like using my
Just
hands.
perfect. And this is going to go into a 350 degree oven?
350 degree oven for about 15-20 minutes until the top is really nice
because
and brown.
your apples are already brown.
Everything
They're already
is cooked except.
You just want to brown the phyllo.
That's all you're doing.
Easy.
Easy. And if you're doing it ahead of time, warming the apples.
Right.
That's about it.
Oh, Zov, it smells so delicious. I can hardly wait.
Oh, it looks good.
All right.
There you go. So all you do is you just take your spoon, serving spoon. You can also take this to the table.
Can I have a taste?
You please do.
All right.
Soft.
Oh, Zov, it's perfect. And the cinnamon is just the perfect amount.
It's the secret ingredients.
You're the best. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Zov.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
I'm so glad.